Hey guys, it's the King and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Before we get started today, smash that like button for good luck getting the cards you want and need in the next week. Now today's video, the blind challenge, has been an extremely fun event so far. As you can see, I've only done 4 matches, but I am 4-0 at the moment. Now the last blind deck challenge that we had truly was a blind deck challenge, but it did seem like you were kind of getting the same decks over and over again. And so far, in this particular blind challenge, I have not seen the same decks. I have not had the same decks or even seen my opponent have the same decks. Now, I have only done 4 matches so far, and that could change as I get further into the challenge, and we will see. Now guys, as you watch this first replay, I do want to say something real quick about the red update. Now the Android users did not get it. It was strictly for iOS. But you know what guys? That's okay. I know a lot of the Android users were a little upset. I kind of was a little upset at first too myself. But when you really sit back and think about it, you can still give to the same charity. You can go out and find another charity that you want to give to. It is the season of giving, and I really encourage you guys to do that this year. Find a charity that you want to give to and go ahead and give. Because at the end of the day, you don't need a game to give to a charity. It would have been fun to be a part of, yes, and I understand the frustration of Android users, but you can still go out and give. And I really, again, encourage you to do that this season. It is the holidays, and it is the perfect season and the perfect month to go out and give. And really, guys, should we wait until December? Should we wait until Christmas to give? No, you can give throughout the entire year, and we should all do that. So as you can see in this first replay, I was given a Lumberjack Royal Giant deck, whereas my opponent was given more of a Hog Miner Cycle type deck. One thing I have noticed in these decks so far is that they do seem to complement each other, and there are a lot of cards in each deck that can counter the other deck. And the decks so far are actually fairly balanced within themselves. Now it is a little tricky in these blind challenges to play them very well when normally you don't play some of these cards. Normally, I don't play the Royal Giant. I have played the Royal Giant before, and I actually have played the Lumberjack before. I do like to experiment with a lot of different decks, so it's kind of a good thing, I think, for you to do that so that when you go into these blind challenges, you have a good understanding of what each card does and actually how to use each card. Also, another thing with these blind challenges is if you start off with a bad hand, you might not have a bad deck, but if you start off with a bad hand, you need to try to cycle through that deck to try to make the cards come up the way you want them or the way you need them to. Another good thing is to wait until your opponent lays something down to try to figure out what they kind of have. And you can kind of get an idea, you know, within the first few cards that they lay down, what type of deck they might kind of have. I would also suggest throwing out a cheap card, like maybe a 2 elixir or 3 elixir card to kind of get the match going if your opponent doesn't lay something down first and you have to make the first move. Now, one mistake you'll see me make here when he throws the Goblin Barrel is I should have put my Musketeer on one side and my Fire Spirits on the other side, but I did not do that. I put them on both sides and it allowed him to take my tower. Now I have to push again and try to take his right tower. So I lay my Royal Giant down in the middle. He throws his barbs. He's going to come in with a hog, but I've got the Tombstone there to deal with the Hog Rider. I'm going to have to defend this and try to make another push just to try to get that right tower down. And this is the point of the match, guys, when it becomes kind of chaotic and cards are flying left and right, and you just have to stay calm, keep your composure, and just keep it in your head that you know you can win, and you are good enough to win these matches. So you can see there my opponent was very aggressive with that push that he was trying to make, throwing down and using up a lot of elixir. It is 2 times elixir at this point in the match. But you'll see I've got my Musketeer, my Mega Minion, my Lumberjack. Now I'm throwing my Royal Giant down. He burned through all of his elixir, so now I have the advantage, and I'm going to do a lot of damage to his tower and take it right there on one push. Alright guys, so we'll get into another replay here, but I just want to say, as we're waiting for this replay to come up, is just remember that when you're doing these blind challenges, you obviously are not going to know what deck you're going to have until the match starts. And One thing you need to learn and one thing you need to do is to be patient at the very beginning. Don't panic on that first push. Again, let your opponent lay his cards down, his or her cards down first, so you kind of get an idea of what you need to do to defend. So in this next battle, I'm going to start off with Lightning, Musketeer, Minion Horde, and the Knight in my starting hand. Now right off the bat, I know I'm not going to use Lightning, as that is 6 elixir unless he throws Musketeers down, or if he throws Sparky down or something like that. What I'm really going to probably start off with here is Musketeer and or Knight. And that's exactly what I do. He throws a Giant down with guards and an Ice Wizard. Now I'm going to throw my Minion Horde behind all of that to take the Ice Wizard out, and he throws a Minion Horde down as well. So here I'm forced to throw down my Fire Spirits to take some of this Minion Horde out, as my Musketeer is still doing some work. Now I can focus on trying to take this Goblin Barrel out, throwing down the Dark Knight, and I have the Dark Knight and the Musketeer. I'm going to throw the Goblin Barrel over here in just a minute. He throws his Ice Wizard down. And again, guys, what did he do? He burned through a lot of elixir on that first push, and now I created my own push by defending first. And you can see here, I've taken his tower down already. And guys, this is the point of the battle where you have to ask yourself the question and make a decision on whether to defend this one particular tower, like in my case on the left, or do I defend this tower and try to push the other tower? That's what I'm going to do in this particular match, only because I know my tower is nowhere close to full health, and he can take it out at any moment. He's going to do another push. I'm going to have to defend it, and I don't want him to take my left tower. More than likely, he could and probably will. So I'm pushing with my Giant, giving him something extra to think about. I'm going to throw a Lightning in here to take the Ice Wizard out, but my Giant only gets one hit in. But my Lightning was still able to do some damage. So now I'm going to come here with my Dark Prince, because here he comes with a push. He throws a Goblin Barrel down. I threw Fire Spirits down to take that out. I've got some troops coming in on the left. I really don't want to go for a 3 crown here, because the King Tower always has more health. It's so much easier to try to take a 2-to-1 victory versus always going for the King Tower. You will lose a lot of matches by trying to go for the King Tower instead of going for the other tower, either on the left or the right, whichever one you haven't taken out yet. So here he comes with another push. He takes my tower, but I'm not going to panic. I've already done some damage to the right tower, and I'm actually ahead in this match still. Even though right here he comes with another push with the Giant. It looks like I'm in trouble. Here comes a Goblin Barrel. 10 seconds left. I'm defending, doing everything I can to stop this push. In the meantime, he's ahead on elixir still, but now is the point where I have to go for it. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Dark Knight down, throw my Musketeer down in the middle to try to get a few more shots in on that tower. And there it is. So guys, it's real simple. You just have to, again, like I said earlier, just be patient, don't panic, and just know that you can take the tower and you can take the game. Now guys, because this is a blind challenge and because it's a blind deck and you don't know what you're going to be dealing with or what you're going to have, one thing you need to do, and it's so key, is to know some of these little tricks like kiting and things of this nature, because you're going to need to use all those little tricks to win these matches, especially when you're playing a deck that you are not used to, that you normally don't play, and that I'm pretty sure you've probably never even made. Alright guys, so one more replay here with the blind deck challenge. He's going to come in immediately right off the bat with an aggressive Hog Rider. I'm going to throw the Lumberjack down and quickly take that out. Throw my Wizard down to add support, and just in case there are air troops, which you can see there, he took those minions out very quickly. I'm going to throw the Hog Rider in because I want the rage of the Lumberjack to give my Hog Rider a little bit of a boost to get some extra shots in on this one tower. So here he's going to throw the Log to take my Wizard out. That prevented my Wizard from getting a couple extra shots in on his tower. I'm going to go ahead and let my elixir build because I'm ahead. I'm going to go ahead now and decide to throw my Valkyrie down. And you'll see here, as soon as I throw my Valkyrie, what does he do? He throws the Bowler. Now I know I need to throw my Mega Minion in, but I don't want to throw it in too soon. Now I have to because he's thrown minions at me. I'm going to go ahead and throw these fire spirits there, drop those to take the minions out. Now my Mega Minion can do a little bit of work to the bowler. I'll go ahead here and add in my Ice Wizard to slow everything down, and the Wizard to try to clean things up. He's going to come in with another aggressive hog. I've got to try to take this out with those two wizards. They do a lot of damage, with the Ice Wizard slowing him down as well. Now I've got my own push going. He's going to go ahead and log all of this. I'm going to throw the Lumberjack down to try to get some hits in on his tower. And guys, if you can get the Lumberjack to the tower, he does so much work. He's so strong just by himself. And you can see here, what does he do? He rages up my wizards and they take the tower down. Now I'm ahead 1 tower to none. But I still have to defend my left tower here, guys, because it has taken a lot of damage. Now, 60 seconds left. We got 1 minute left in the match. We're at double elixir now. Now he can be aggressive. So he throws in the Dark Knight, the Baby Dragon, and the minions. I throw in my Mega Minion and Ice Wizard, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to take the tower. Now I know I have to do one of two things. And this is what I was talking about earlier in this video. You have to make this decision. Do I go for a 3 crown or do I go for the other tower? Right now, I'm going to try to go to the other tower, but you can see here he's aggressive. He's got the Hog Rider, the Bowler, the Dark Knight, an amazing push he's got coming at me, but I'm doing a great job here of defending. Now look at my Ice Wizard at the top there. He's doing damage on the King Tower. So at this point, you know what? Let's not beat a dead horse. We only have 10 seconds left. I'm going to continue to go after the King Tower because now it's low in health. I throw my Hog in. He's going to get some great shots here. And now we have sudden death. Now, with sudden death, it's the next tower to go. Whether it's the King Tower or one of the other 2 towers on the side, left or right, doesn't matter. So here I am. I'm going to go in with the Lumberjack, try to get some extra shots in on his King Tower. In the meantime, I have to defend over here on my right side because he comes in with the Dark Prince and the Bowler, and that's a strong combo that can take your tower out at any given time. So I have one option, and the only option is to go for the 3 crown because his King Tower is so low on health. Come in with the Lumberjack. Is he going to get to the tower this time? Yes, he does, and that's the game. And so, guys, that's what I say. You just got to, depending on how the match is going, do I go for the King Tower? Do I go for the other tower? 9 times out of 10, what you really want to do is go for the other tower because the King Tower is the one that has the most health. And guys, these blind deck challenges are so much fun. You know, you get to play with a deck that you've never would create or maybe even think of creating, and you get to play it against a deck that you've never seen before. So here we are sitting at 4 wins in a row with no losses. Will I make it to 12? I'm not sure, but I'll let you guys know in the next video. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. It was so much fun to make this video with the blind deck challenge. And again, like I always say, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, share this video, but most of all, guys, be well.